The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon and welcome everyone to today's webinar. My name is Rishabh. I'm a marketing associate here at Structsoft Solutions, now part of the Greater Group. And joining me is Pujan, our applications specialist, who will be walking us through using the quick create command to automate the framing of your walls and floors in MWF. MWF, or Metal Wood Framer, is our flagship Revit-based BIM framing software that automates and enhances the creation of walls, floors, ceilings, and trusses in light gauge steel as well as in timber. I also wanted to take the time to introduce our newest tool for coordination and productivity that was released in January this year called FrameLab. This tool enables your teams to identify and resolve issues around openings during the early project phases, helping them save time, money, and effort. So I do invite you to learn more about this product after this webinar ends on our website, www.structsoft.solutions.com. And before we move on to the webinar, I would just like to mention that if you had any questions or clarifications that you needed about this presentation, please feel free to reach out to us after this presentation ends, and we will be happy to directly address them for you. And you can also, in case you had any questions throughout this presentation, you may still type them, but we will take them and address them after this webinar ends. So that's it for me. We do hope you enjoy the webinar and find it informative. And Pujan, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Rishabh, and hello, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. My name is Pujan, and today we're going to talk about how to automate walls and floors framing with Quick Create tool in MWF. So let me start with mentioning that I'm again using Revit 2022 for this presentation with our latest public build for MWF Pro Suite, which is 7991. So let's get started. Again, as I mentioned, this is to automate the creation of the panel tool. We have two similar tools which can create a panel for any wall. For this presentation, I have here 4 different walls, which are different wall types from interior to generic 4 inches, 6 inches, and so on. So I'm gonna describe how to use our create tool and how you can automate wall types and assign them with certain template maps so you can quick create and save time while working on a big projects. So let's start with selecting our generic 4-inch brick wall. As you can see, this is our wall module in MWF. You get 3 modules, which is wall, floor, and truss. Floor is green and truss is red, so it's easy to identify which one are you working on. So let's jump back to the wall module and select the wall, as I mentioned, and we can just hit create. A dialog box will pop up, and we need to select template, which will pop up, which will show us the template manager. Now we have 2 options for storing our template, which would be disk and project. Before we do that, it's very important that we load data. This will load all the families from our out-of-the-box folder inside the MWF. So let's just go ahead and load data. We're gonna be using wood, so let's select wood and hit yes. Since my project already has data already loaded, so it is just asking me, would you like to update it? Let's just select apply to all and let's just hit yes. So what it did is it just loaded all the families into the project, and again select the wall and hit create template. And now for presentation purpose, I'm just gonna go with the wood, but as you can see, after loading data, it would pop up right here in the folder. You can manage your templates. We have a couple of options on the right of this template manager in which you can import or export your existing template. You can set them as active in order to create a panel with the selected template. You can rename them, you can copy paste them, you can move them, and of course you can delete them. So for now, let's just go ahead and press wood, set as active, and close the dialog box, and all you need to do is just hit create and just hit OK. And this will be the manual way to create the panel. It will create a panel, it will label it. So this is how you can literally repeat the same process. template would set as active, close, and create for any other wall, unless the template is not selected, it would not create the wall. So let's just go ahead and delete it. In order to delete MWF panel, you cannot keyboard delete it. Always you have to go back to the wall module and hit delete. When you hit delete, you have a couple of options in which it will ask you to delete members. It will ask you to explode members and create model group, or just explode the members. In this case, I'm just gonna delete members of the panel. So I'm just gonna hit OK. And I'm just gonna do same with this panel as well. Okay, cool. So that's how you can use create tool. Now quick create is basically a tool in which you can automate wall framing in conjunction with the template map. So basically with quick create, you can mass select all the walls, and the tool will populate the selected walls with panels based on the active template map in an automated fashion. So all you need to do is identify your wall. You just need to know what kind of wall type you have. All you need to do is assign a template to the specific wall type, and you just need to hit quick create in order to do it. So for this one, we have interior wall, we have 4-inch brick wall, we have 6-inch generic wall, and we have brick on metal stud. So now I know my wall type. I can just go ahead and open template map. The dialog box will pop up. It's template map manager. You have a couple of options in here. By default, you will have a template, but let's just go ahead and create a test template. Hit OK. Now, you have a couple of options to modify it, such as you can rename the new template that you just created, you can delete it, and so on and so on. So once you selected your test or new template map, you can just go ahead and add a wall type in it. Since I know my walls, I'm just gonna quickly one by one go ahead and select all of my walls. And for the specific wall type, I'm gonna assign a template as well. I'm gonna repeat the process for every single wall. So I have a generic brick wall. Once again, I have generic 6-inch, and I have brick on metal stud. I'm gonna repeat the same process again and again. So once I have all of my wall types selected and assigned with their specific templates, I can just double check and hit OK. Now all I need to do is blanket or mass select all the walls that I have in my project. I can go back to the wall module and I just need to hit quick create. And as you can see, the panels are created. And let's just go ahead and take a look. Let me just turn on transparency, override 80%, hit OK, set. Sorry about that. So as you can see, the panels are created and the panel members are there. As you can see, for 6-inch wall, we assigned it for 2x6s. For our 4-inch brick wall, if I can select the member real quick. Oh, it's just not letting me. There you go. It's 2x4. And for our interior wall 2x3s, as you can see, it's pretty simple. So that's how you can use the quick create tool in your project. Have a small, and you can create as many templates as you want. All you need to do is select them, add your wall type, and just hit OK. That's pretty much it. So let's do this. Let's do same for this one as well. As you can see, I have a brick on metal stud and I have interior walls as well. So all I need to do, since my template map is all set up, I need to just go here and hit quick create. What it will do is basically it will read the wall type and it will go back to the template map and see what kind of template is assigned to the specific wall type, and it will just create the panel accordingly. And this is the quickest way to do it if you have a big project, if you're working on a big project and you don't want to waste your time creating panels manually one by one. I think this is the quickest way you can do it. All you need to do is just assign proper templates to the right wall type and you're good to go. So as you can see, all the panels are created. And if I go to the 3D view, as you can see, It looks just nice. So this is how you basically use the quick create tool. It will save you a bunch of time. So that's just for the walls. Let's jump for the floors. So here in this project, I have a couple of floors. Two different kind of floors, one being generic 12 inches and the other one being the wood finish 10 inches floor. For that, all I need to do is I just need to switch to floor module, which is green. Once I'm here, again, we have similar user interface. As you can see, we have template map, create, and quick create. And as I mentioned, it's easier to use quick create when you have a big project and you're working with different floor types. So let's just go ahead and use create tool first, and then I'll show you guys how to use quick create. So again, it's the same procedure. I select my floor and I hit create. This will bring up this dialog box. Again, I'm just gonna go with the wood. I'm just gonna hit create and it will create a floor panel. With the floor module, it will not frame the floor panel right away. It will just create it. It will assign boundary knots and the panel direction arrows in the floor panel. The boundary knots are placed at the boundary of our floor, and the panel direction arrows indicates the direction. For example, the green arrow indicates the joist direction, and the red arrow indicates the span direction of the floor panel. So all you need to do is just select, go back, and you need to regenerate. This is how it will create framing inside your floor panel. So as you can see, if I box it, and if I turn on the transparency, as you can see, the panel is created, and this is how you create a manual floor panel. Let's go back and get rid of the manually created panel. Again, you cannot keyboard delete the generated panel. All you need to do is locate the floor module that you're working and locate delete. The dialog box will pop up, and all you need to do is delete panel, hit OK, and it will get rid of the panel. Okay, so same thing again. Let me just quickly jump into the template map. I need to identify what floor types that I have. So for that, I will go ahead and create a new template map again. I will select it, and I will go ahead and add generic 12 inches, and I will assign light gauge steel for that. And I will again go ahead and select the wood finish, and I would assign wood template to that. Once I'm sure that everything's done, everything's well assigned, I can just hit OK. All I need to do now is mass select every single floor that I have, and I need to just use quick create tool in order to frame it. As you guys can see, it created panels. Again, it didn't frame it, so all I need to do is select them again and hit regenerate. And again, it's just identifying that the panel has been created and all it's missing is framing. So regenerate will notice all the changes that has been made, and it will regenerate the panel. So if we just go to the 3D view again, as you can see, all the floor panels are created. For the 12-inch generic floor, we assign light gauge steel, and for the wood finish, we have assigned the wood template. It's created, it's there. Once you're satisfied, or maybe you need to change something, or you need to modify something, all you need to do is just select a member of the floor panel. You can come back to the setting. It's called properties. You can hit that. You can come here, you can go to member properties. Now if you need to add extra tracks or joist, You can do it from here. All you need to do is double click on the choice. You have a couple of default settings out of the box that you can use, but you can also customize with your own needs. All you need to do is hit OK again, and it will create it, as you can see. Regenerate is really important right after you make any changes, because regenerate will also remove the structural members that have not been added to the panel properly. Any command basically used in Revit to relocate, duplicate, or change existing member will be ignored by the regenerate command if not done properly. It will move the member back to its original position or delete it unless members were moved by the edit operation, which pins member to a panel. So it's really, really important that right after you make any changes, it's better if you just go ahead and hit regenerate, that it can, so the MWF can identify that you have made a change and will make changes accordingly. So there you go. That's how you use Quick Create when you're working on a big project or a small project. It really depends. It really saves some time. And yep, that's my time, you guys. Back to you, Rishabh.
All right, thank you, Poojan, for the presentation. And before we end the webinar, we'd just like to remind all of you that the recording of this presentation will be emailed to you tomorrow, along with our contact details by the end of the day in EST, Eastern Standard Time, and posted on our social media channels, primarily LinkedIn, but as well as Twitter and Facebook by the end of the day today. So please feel free to check that out and give our social channels a follow while you're there. And once again, if you had any questions or any clarifications that you needed from us, please feel free to reach out to us and we will be able to address them for you directly. And that is a wrap for today. We hope you enjoyed this presentation and found it informative, and we hope you have a great day ahead.